Konnichiwa from Japan. I'm going to talk about a very serious topic.
Yeah, cut that grass.
It really is like a drug, like heroin. I'm going to confess to you. I was in a hostel in Osaka and I played Warcraft 3 in the common area of a freaking hostel. And that's video games, and specifically why you should probably uninstall all of your games. Alright, I'm about to uninstall Warcraft 3. Enough time wasted with this freaking uninstall. Done. No more Warcraft 3. Now, I spent, like most other kids, I spent a lot of time playing games as a child, a high school student, even a college student. But then around the age of 20, I completely stopped because I guess I realized I was completely wasting my time. And I stopped for pretty much 10 years. And then about a month ago, my Dell laptop broke down, but I was applying for jobs, so I needed a computer. So I was in Korea at the time, so I went to PC cafes to use the computers. And at the PC cafes, I was surrounded by all these people that looked like they were having so much fun. So I was like, you know what? I gotta try this again, just a little bit. So I played once. I played Counter-Strike Go, because I played a lot of CS 1.6 as a child. Great game. CSGO wasn't as fun. It was totally different. So I got bored after an hour and I was like, what else can I play? And there's this other game that I probably spent the most time playing, at least in my college and high school years. And that's Warcraft 3. And I'm not talking about that Dota shit.
Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och pushar på och smeker med motståndet vi leker. Vi sitter här i...
I'm talking about the actual game, one-on-one orcs. And so I started playing that in the PC cafe, and next thing you know, I'm addicted to the game, trying to sneak into the PC cafe every time I can, going there on Friday nights. Even going as far as to install it on my own computer, paying my own money to buy this game and installing it on my computer, and just playing it non-stop, hours and hours and hours, 5 hours at a time, 6 hours, going to sleep at 9 a.m. playing this game, having this game just going through my head at all times. Even here in Japan at my grandparents' place, all I could think about was sneaking into a corner somewhere and playing that game, despite the fact that my mom flew out here from the US, haven't seen her in a year. My grandparents, who knows when I'll see them again, because I don't know when I'll be in Japan again. They're pushing 90, and I'm still thinking about playing this game. And I still did. I still played the game, and it was after a couple times playing where I was like, you know what? This is ridiculous. What the hell am I doing? And so I just uninstalled it right there on the spot. And it's been a week since then, and I have no regrets. My only regret is not doing this sooner. Why am I telling you this? This is extremely embarrassing. I've always prided myself on having a good amount of self-discipline and self-control. Like, I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, never smoked weed, almost never drink alcohol. The last drink I had was maybe 2 months ago. Like, I only drink if it's a social occasion, and it's always just a little bit. I would always tell people that, oh yeah, I don't play video games because I get addicted easily, but I didn't think that I would truly get addicted. But I realized that I just get addicted, especially with Warcraft 3, because it's such a good game. There's so much strategy involved. But for what? Like, how do I benefit by devoting my brain cycles and time to playing this game? Nothing. It's a complete waste of time. And I'm so glad I uninstalled it. So if you're in the same position, I just want you to ask yourself this simple question. Overall, do you feel like the games have had a net positive impact on your life or a net negative impact on your life? If they have had a net negative impact on your life, which they probably have, then uninstall all your games right now. Pause this video right now. Go and uninstall the games right now. I will wait for you. Uninstall those games. Okay, I'm not really going to wait. Just pause the video, go do it. But really uninstall those games. You're wasting your time, wasting your life. Imagine, just think, where do you want to be in life? Why aren't you there right now? All that time you waste playing those games, imagine what else you could be doing, whether that be developing your coding skills, building a business, whatever the hell it is. Just go do that. Even if it's just spending more time with your loved ones, or working out, or I don't know, like whatever the hell it is, you're probably better off doing those more productive things than wasting another 5 hours, another night playing some stupid video game. I'm not your parent, I'm not your father or your mother. I'm telling you this for your own benefit. And for the views, of course. Yeah. Okay, now that I've talked about the negative parts of video games, and now that you've uninstalled the game, I'm just going to talk about maybe some of the positives. Because, if you think about it, if you can control yourself, or you're playing socially or whatever, then it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just like maybe watching a movie or playing a board game. It's a leisurely activity. The problem is only when you get addicted, and if you're addicted, But anyways, I would say that games have had some positive impact on my life. Well, for one, there's the hand-eye coordination of FPS games, that kind of thing, and also the strategy involved in games that actually use your brain, like Warcraft 3 or Age of Empires 2, and those RTS games. They actually, they require a lot of strategy and thinking fast on the spot. But more than that, of course, there's the cultural aspect. Just like being well-versed in movies, being well-versed in games can give you, another way to connect with people, and the stories can maybe have some impact on your life. But I want to talk specifically to my first internship, because I truly do feel like my experience playing games actually helped me get my first internship. Now, specifically, I used to waste so much time playing this one really stupid game called RuneScape, which is this free online MMORPG where you just click and click. It's just a clicking game. You just click, click on this tree, chop the wood. It's really stupid. But I would write scripts for this game to automate my playing. I would write bots to get me to auto mine or auto fight or like stuff like that, so that I could step away from the keyboard and would automatically be doing all this stuff so I could level up while I'm not there. And there was a very active community around this. rscheatnet.com was the site that I went on. In my interview for my first internship as a freshman in college, I mentioned that. I mentioned that I wrote programming scripts to help automate this game, and the two interviewers, they kind of laughed, and I think they thought it was cool, and I think that was part of the reason why I got the job. So if you're using the games to cheat, specifically using some kind of technical skills like writing programming scripts to automate your gameplay or hacking it, then that can definitely further your technical skills and help you perhaps land a job or in other aspects of life. I don't know how it is today. Maybe it's not as rare these days. But back in the day, I think it was maybe a little bit more interesting. I don't know. But just straight playing the game, probably a waste of time. Now, the other thing I wanted to say is, as terrible as a game as RuneScape was, I do kind of credit it to helping me give me my first exposure to business, and especially instilling in me this very precious business lesson that the way to make a lot of money isn't by actually working, it's by getting other people to work for you, purchasing the fruits of their labor and selling it to somebody else at a huge markup and capturing that split. Basically, for me, my hustle in the game that I discovered was selling iron ores, buying iron ore for cheap from noobs for 50 to 100 GP, and then selling them in bulk to other people for 200 GP, making a profit of about 100 GP per iron ore. Before I discovered this hustle, I was broke in the game. I had no money. After I discovered it, I was probably a millionaire within the first week, and I was just making millions of dollars easily. And it was like the switch, just discovering that, I can do this thing, buy low, sell high. Now I can be rich, and and it's completely changed my life there. And it's very similar to real life. That's kind of how it is, right? Kind of sad, but that's the way it is. And yeah, I felt bad about it. I kind of felt bad about buying these iron ores for cheap from these noobs who didn't know any better, who could have sold it for higher from somebody else, and knowing that I was making this cut off of these people. I felt guilty about it, but I did it anyways, and I became very rich in the game, and that's good business sense, right? Yeah, that's pretty much all I was going to talk about. I guess I'll just give a shout out to my favorite games. Warcraft 3, of course, that game, I just cannot stop playing that game. And, I've uninstalled it. I'm going to keep it uninstalled because I know just how easily I can get addicted to that game. Maybe when the redone version comes out later this year, maybe I'll have to try that out. But just not on my computer. I can't have it installed on my computer because that's too dangerous. Age of Empires 2, that's my other RTS that I just love. It's funny, that game they're also redoing it this year after 20 years since both of these games have been released, all in the same year being released. So that's a classic, of course. RuneScape, it's such a terrible game, but man, that was just so addicting. It's just amazing, if only for the fact that this terrible game can somehow be so addicting. And it was my first and only time ever playing an MMORPG. And this game, World of Warcraft, was very popular when I was in high school and college. And I just refused to play that because I knew from my experience playing RuneScape that I would get addicted and it would completely destroy my life. And I've spoken to other people who were super addicted to it in high school and college, and I don't think any of them don't regret playing that game. But yeah, what else? Snocks. I don't think many people have heard of this game. It was a very underrated game. This game, Snocks, that was such a good game. And they had multiplayer too. So much fun. Also, this was another game that you could really cheat. There were trainers that you could use to modify things and stuff. And I was just really blown away to discover that somebody actually ported this game so that you can play it in a web browser with mscript in on playnox.xyz. Somebody ported it. It's there completely for free. You have to download like 200 megabytes of assets to play it. But the whole game is completely there for free, without the music, I think. But otherwise, it's pretty much exactly the same. That I discovered that last week, and it completely blew my mind. The fact that one of your favorite childhood games is now available to play for free in the browser. This game written in C, not written in, or C++, not written in JavaScript, completely in the browser. That's ridiculous. I wonder what other games we can port to the browser. I think it would be sick if we got Roller Coaster Tycoon as well. That's another classic. What else? Honestly, there's so many games to list that I don't even remember. Maybe I'll add some in the description if I remember. But yeah, those games, I guess, definitely good memories. If I could go back, would I play those games to the extent that I played them? No, but good memories. Anyways, though, the point of this game is uninstall your game, stop wasting your time, get to where you want in life. And too many people are wasting too much time playing these games. I get it. It's so easy. You can just go into this virtual world and have so much fun, but the real world is better. I promise you that. The real world is more fun, fulfilling, and it's the only thing that's real. If you're in that black hole depressive spiral where you're just obsessed with the game and you can't stop playing it even though you're not even enjoying it anymore, uninstall that right now. And let me know that I saved your life. Alright. That's it. I just wanted to make a video, really, and make a positive impact on the world. Alright, so I've kind of been busy recently because I'm working now, so haven't been able to post as much as I want to, but I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna get back hard into it. I think a lot more about what I post now. I still film a lot. I've got so much footage on my computer. There's so many videos I can post, but I just don't post them because it's like, what's the point? I like having those memories. But we'll see. But I'm still gonna. I want to up my posting schedule. But my priorities right now are work. So taking a backseat right now. But you know, it's the weekend now. I can do both. I might head to Tokyo tomorrow. We'll see. All right. Peace.
Don't trust me, sussy boy. Yeah, heard you need a bandage. Glance in my bank statement, think I really manage. These chains a couple K. Yeah, I do this every day. Let me pull up on your bay. I'm kinda cutthroat. Check my duffel. Lady got a bubble. She need a muzzle, better